We are watching another positive day in the crypto market. Market is up close to $1.8 trillion and Bitcoin has managed to break through two key resistance levels. That's bullish. But right now you still have the Bitcoin dominance trying to retest this range. We would like to see this getting rejected at this resistance. If it does, in fact, do that, we will watch altcoins like XRP starting to move up. We do have a micro trend line like this. Then we have a short-term trend line like this. So I think that XRP is about to move higher and XRP is about to move to the level of 0.58. Yes, it's not $3, it's not the all-time highs. It's going to be a retest of this particular level. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10 person in this world of crypto. Now, if we jump on to the land of candlesticks, it does seem like, okay, we are watching a lot of things evolving. XRP is trying to break through this moving average and this trend line resistance, which will allow the price to slowly move on towards 0.6 range. We would like to see that coming true. But remember, for this to happen, for this to play out, it's not a new thing which is like, coming out of blue. It is clearly showing us the fact that we are below this trend line. That is going to be a resistance. On a weekly, you should look like 0.58 should be a resistance. But then we go back in history and say, okay, we had a similar situation here, but it blew through. It went on to test the moving average, slow a little bit down, and then broke that level to the upside. Now we'll have to see how the market reacts to that particular situation. But right now, here we are. We have positive volume on the weekly. We have a couple of days to get the confirmation. But if we do manage to stay where we are now, that still shows you the possible movement of a bullish divergence, a hidden bullish divergence. That's going to get confirmed there. So the next move is like, okay, can we bounce off to this level, which is 0.66. So on a weekly, which is like a short to medium term horizon, XRP is looking towards 0.65, 0.68. On a zoomed in way, which is like a short-term chart, XRP is more like looking at 0.6, 0.58, 0.6. These are critical levels to watch because the Bitcoin dominance is not getting rejected. We would like this to get rejected at this level for sure. We would like to see this happening or a continuation to the downside towards the support, which would in fact clearly open doors for the altcoin market. While Bitcoin is breaking through a couple of resistance, Ether managed to break through one, and it is getting rejected at the second one. Now, the new thought process from Prometheus showing like, Ether is a digital asset security. I'm confused there because when you look at the market, say, for example, this is from Credible. You're looking at Bitcoin and how things are flipping. He highlights the fact that we have seen this negative funding last time in 28K. That's important because that was a short level. Remember, this is a short-term chart. It's a 2-hour chart. So that's the level of noise and detail you're looking at, but it kind of gives you one clear idea. You're going to get some volatility on the short term, but then most likely you're going to follow the move to the upside. Now, remember, that's Bitcoin. And while Bitcoin goes up, crypto market gets a lot of news, markets narrative. But this one is something I want to bring your attention to. Say, as an XRP holder, you would like to know why we are like this, right? So yes, why is an XRP used more? That's a big question. It lacks smart contracts. And here we are with Stellar coming out directly from them today, right? Saying, by integrating smart contracts, we are revolutionizing our tech. Great. And they're moving on to different regions. They are expanding like crazy. So remember, when a lot of big YouTubers told you guys, dump Stellar, I'm dumping Stellar. If you want, dump it. I told you, no, I'm holding on to this. I have my ratio of XRP to XLM, which from 2017, I've been buying them on a similar path until I was like, okay, that's it. Now I have my long-term backs backed. So I still hold them. Why? Because I strongly believe this can be that black horse for wave 2, especially wave 2. Because if you look at the details, they've already broken down the supports, which is, in technical terms, they burned 50% of their supply. So if you put in the supply demand equation, and with the recent updates, it's becoming interesting. I'm not saying XRP is not going to do anything. I'm saying this one does have fundamentals behind it. Now, when you're in the market and when you're looking at the technicals, you'll have to ask, what do you see there? Because if it's me looking at XLM on a macro chart like this, I would like to put the argument that, okay, this is that structure, which is like your support turns into a resistance, you come back down here. So this is a support, it breaks, you play a little bit messy around that, below that, then you come back up, retest that couple of times before you take off. Great. Now you have a support, which is turning into a resistance, which is then turning into a support. So you get all of this playing out. The first time you retest, you try to go up, but you fail, then you come back and retest it the second time. So the history does show you, like, it is not off the grid. It is still inside the trend. That's interesting, isn't it? Because when you get information from a lot of different people, you're confused. But I would argue, look at the market on a macro. If the market is showing you it is still going up, don't get confused, especially when you're on a monthly chart. You get to see this. The moment you break the monthly chart moving average, which is 21-day moving average to the upside, you usually get some volatility for sure. But that's just the starting point. So if you understand what the price action has shown us historically, now you know where we are. But yeah, for sure, you'll have to look at Bitcoin for that matter, because a lot of people were giving you the idea of, watch, Bitcoin is going to go to 10,000. Watch, Bitcoin is going to go to 5,000, 3,000, different numbers. Now, while you are here, just remove everything, look at pure price action and ask yourself, what the hell do you see? There's a daily chart. Now, I'm not trying to be arrogant. I'm trying to give you guys what I see. Maybe it's just the level of confidence which I have. Maybe I'm completely wrong. But look at this and make your judgment. Remember the day when I told you guys, like, look at these two candles. One is a doji. The next one is a hammer. After trying to breach this level of support, it came back up. The next one had very low volume, but still went up. We followed all of them up for you guys. And I told you this, for me, is the mother candle here, right? This one is the mother candle for me. That range was not broken to the downside. Yeah, we went above and below, made wicks there, but we did not break and close there. Right now, yes, we are above it. We haven't got the confirmation of a weekly candle. We can do this wick. We can come back down and close. Who knows? But as of now, while we analyze the market, you get to see two things. One, that range is being broken. Look at the volume. You don't even have a lot of buying pressure, but the RSI is here, overbought. What do that mean, guys? I mean, sellers are so weak or they are stepping out. So if you get a lot of information from other people saying sellers are kind of dumping on, look at this, make your own argument. The micro trend line on the RSI is now broken to the upside. You're entering back into the overbought territory. The RSI is at 72, guys. Go back in time. Each and every time when you bounce back into the overbought territory, what did the price do? Easy, right? You go back in history, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, what whatever you want to look at, you will get just one thing. You get to see all these crazy stuff. Especially the year 2017 was one of those crazy time frame where the price and the RSI dropped every now and then, creating panic, but it was clearly going up. That was great. That was perfect, right? The RSI was very choppy, so it was so hard to understand what it was doing. But then, it was not new. You have always seen that. And right now, to put your argument, you have to say, okay, we have seen this couple of times. So when you enter back into the overbought zone, you have another leg up. I'm not saying you are directly flying to $100,000. I'm saying, okay, maybe we may have a $10,000 movement. So the bottom was 38. If we manage to reach the local highs, that's a $10,000 movement. Now, you'll have to keep in your mind, while we make a new local high, keep this in mind, while you see this, if the RSI is going down here, that's not good for Bitcoin, but great or perfect for altcoins. You will see the dominance dropping, you will see altcoins taking off. Whether it's XRP, whether it's XLM, whether it's Ether, Cardano, you name it. All of them will start to burst. You will see a lot of different assets starting to move up. You will see a lot of volume increasing. Say earlier today, we were following the volume, analyzing that, and informing what I think in the SI family, of course, obviously with all the assets. A day or two back, you have Bitcoin with 10 billion volume. Now it's 22. That's double the volume. Earlier today, Tether was 40 billion. Now it's 38. 2 billion went into the market. Bitcoin moved from 20.5 to 22. So Bitcoin got 1.5. The others were distributed across a lot of different assets. Now remember, Tether was like 20 billion 3-4 days back. Now it's 38. So you have $38 billion on the sidelines. The moment you see some of these assets confirming the break to the upside, what do you think they will do? Will they still stand on the sidelines, or they take benefit of the opportunity which is in front of them? I would argue a chunk of that is going to come into this market, especially Bitcoin first. And as Bitcoin moves up, you will see the market floating to the upside. This is where you take that opportunity. This is where you take that understanding of the fundamentals of the market, of the news and narrative, which is super important. Say, for example, you are looking at the payments, stable coins such as USDC and others, and now trying to be considered as money. That's a new perspective, and it's coming from Bank of International Settlements. It's literally like the central banks of central banks, and they are bringing all this stuff up. Understand this. Consolidated Basel framework. That's really, really, really important. There's a banking committee looking at crypto, and especially more practical choice for cross-border payment. So XRP has a huge advantage in this. Whether they are partnering with a stable coin like USDC and activating these channels or not, you will have this working out. So your fundamentals, your future, it's all huge. Then comes the valuation part. Who's going to value these assets? Especially now we are retail, we use our own TA, our own thought process, thinking, the price should be this. Not 10,000, 100,000 for XRP. But we do our stuff. Here, the financial institutions do the evaluation, and rates are one of the primary important thing in that. So if all of these giants are thinking about the rate cuts coming in May or June, most likely a month or two behind that, they are ready to go into the market, or they are already doubling down into the market. And as soon as the first rate cut announcement comes, whether it's 5 basis points, whether it's 15 basis points, whether it's 25 basis points, you will see the market reacting very positively. And that's where I put these guys in. Because whenever they say Bitcoin is about to drop down back to zero, Bitcoin goes up. When they say the stock market is about to run crazy, stock market drops. So if they are giving you this perspective, I'm like, nah, I don't trust these guys. If they say it's going to drop, most likely either it will stay there or it will go up. So choice is yours. But understanding what has happened in the past and what's happening right now in front of you kind of gives you a huge leverage and understanding of how to look at different assets, because you have a lot of different assets now breaking from the accumulation range and entering into the markup phase. That for me is golden opportunity. Maybe next 2 months, maybe next 6 months, but most likely the assets which are breaking the accumulation, they don't have more than 100, 120 days. But the assets which are still in the accumulation, yeah, they may get 5, 6 months. We have seen that. So we understand that fact. Position yourself as much as possible so that you get to take benefit of this run up. And if you want help, if you want me to look at your portfolio, break things down, and give you my thought process, what I would do if I was on your shoes, what I would do, how would I rebalance? Would I even change it? And if I change it, what would I do? All those things are shared here in the SIF family. All the charts, all the opinions, all the thought process, you get it here in this. If you want to access those, you can reach me via this link. It's in the description below, or in YouTube, or in the bio on Twitter. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.